Let me show you what Protestants won't show you, because they'll quote Genesis 15, verse 6. Yeah.
Abraham believed the Lord, and he credited it to him as righteousness.
Okay, did you see? This is what they'll say is how you're justified. Believe in the Lord, it'll be credited to you as righteousness, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And Paul quotes that. He quotes that in Romans 4, verse 3. And he'll also quote it in other passages. So he quotes in Romans 4, verse 3. And he'll also quote it in Galatians 3, right? He'll quote it in Galatians 3, 6 to 11, which we'll get there. But before we do that, well, here's what they don't quote for you. Are you ready? Now, guys, Genesis 15, verse 6. This is always quoted by Protestants, but they don't quote this other passage unless you nail them with it, and then they explain it away. In the Hebrew, the language is identical. It's identical in Hebrew, and the Greek is also the same. So I'm going to quote Legacy Standard Bible, Genesis 15, verse 6. This is what Paul quotes in Romans 4, 3, Galatians 3, 6, right? But they don't mention this passage. The Hebrew is identical. Okay, now Genesis 15, verse 6. Then he believed in Yahweh, and he counted to him as righteousness. See, that's it. Believe, trust. Okay. Now let me show you a passage that they won't quote unless they're confronted. And when they're confronted, then they'll do the tap dance. Psalm 106, verses 30, 31. Now watch this. Watch this. You ready, brother?
Yeah.
Then Phinehas stood up and interceded. He did something. And so the plague was checked, and it was counted to him for righteousness from generation to generation forever. Burial. Did you catch it? Same exact terminology. When Phinehas did something to show his love for God, that deed is what God counted for righteousness. Why don't they quote that? But this one, they'll quote Genesis 15, verse 6. Then he believed in Yahweh, and he counted to him as righteous. See, believe, and you'll be credited with righteousness. But hold on. Psalm 106, verses 30 to 31, which in the Greek is Psalm 105. Then Phinehas stood up and interceded, and so the plague was checked, and it was counted to him for righteousness. It's referring to Numbers 25, verses 1 to 13, where Phinehas speared an Israelite and a Moabite woman for committing idolatry and sexual immorality. And when God saw that, he was pleased, and he removed the plague and rewarded Phinehas with the priesthood. It says what Phinehas did was counted to him as righteousness, not just what he believed. You guys got it?
I got it.
Same language as of Abraham, Genesis 15, verse 6. Same language. And Abraham believed in Yahweh, and it was counted to his righteousness. Why don't they quote this? When's the last time, be honest with me, Protestants, when's the last time a Protestant quoted this to you? When's the last time? Psalm 106, 30, 31 was quoted, showing that what you do, your deeds of righteousness, will be counted as righteousness. Is it believing in God that is credited as righteousness, or is it also obeying God, doing what God requires, that is credited as righteousness? It's both. Okay. Now, Galatians 3:6, what does it say?
So also Abraham believed God, and it was credited to him as righteousness.
So you caught it? This is, they'll say, see, Paul says Genesis 15:6 is how you're saved. You believe in God. Sola fide, right? They'll quote that, right?
Yeah.
Now go to Romans 4:3. They're also going to quote this.
Romans 4:3. And Romans 4:3 says, what does scripture say? Abraham believed God, and it was credited to him as righteousness.
See, they quote the, see, Paul quoted Genesis 15:6. Ha ha ha. Sola fide. Now let me tell you what they don't emphasize. Now, you guys ready how to destroy this argument? So you see in Romans 4:3 and in Galatians 3:6, Paul quotes Genesis 15, verse 6, where it says, and Abraham believed God and was credited to his righteousness. But then they don't emphasize the following. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Before Paul quotes Genesis 15, verse 6 and Romans 4:3, he quoted Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 4. Go to Romans 1:17. I'll get to James 2 in a minute. Romans 1:17. Okay, now, here's a passage that tells you what believing in God means. Romans 1:17. Here's a passage that tells you what believing in God means. Watch, Romans 1:17.
Romans 1:17. For in the gospel, the righteousness of God is revealed, a righteousness that is by faith from first to last, just as it is written, the righteous will live by faith.
He now quotes Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 4. I'm going to tell you why this is the burial of Martin Luther. He just quoted Habakkuk 2, verse 4, for the just shall live by his faith. Keep that in mind. He also quotes it in Galatians 3. Open up Galatians 3 again.
Galatians 3.
Open up Galatians 3 again. Read verse 6 again. Galatians 3, verse 6.
Verse 6. So also Abraham believed God, and it was credited to him as righteousness.
But now notice what he quotes in verse 11, Galatians 3:11.
Clearly, no one who relies on the law is justified before God, but the righteous will live by faith.
He now quotes Habakkuk 2, verse 4. Not only did Paul quote Genesis 15, verse 6, he quoted Habakkuk 2, verse 4. He quotes Habakkuk 2, 4 right here in Galatians 3:11. The just shall live by his faith. He quotes in Romans 1:17, the just shall live by his faith. And again, he quotes it in Hebrews 10:38. Now, I'm going to tell you why this is the burial of sola fide. Go to Hebrews 10:38.
But my righteous one, and by my righteous one will live by faith.
What did he just quote again? 3 times Paul quotes Habakkuk or Habakkuk 2, verse 4, right?
Yeah.
Twice he quoted Genesis 15, verse 6. Now, you know why this is the burial? Because in Habakkuk 2, verse 4, it says, the just shall live by his imuna. Imuna. You know what imuna means?
What does that mean?
The just shall live by being faithful.
Yeah.
Faithfulness.
Let
me show it to you. You ready? Open up Habakkuk. It's Habakkuk. Habakkuk. 2 verse 4. Now, guys, here is the definition of faith, because Paul quotes this. He quotes this as defining what faith is that saves you. Habakkuk 2:4. And I'm going to give you the complete Jewish Bible right here. What does the word imuna mean? Here's what Paul quoted in Romans 1:17, Galatians 3:11, and Hebrews 10:38. Look at the proud, he is inwardly not upright, but the righteous will attain life through trusting faithfulness. Burial. How do you attain life?
By trusting faithfulness.
Being faithful. That's what Jesus said. He who loves me will keep my word.
Yeah, it says, see, the enemy is puffed up. His desires are not upright, but the righteous person will live by his faithfulness.
So the righteous will live by his faithfulness, being faithful.
Yeah.
That's not sola fide. That's the ancient church. That's what the Orthodox and the Catholic have been teaching, because that's what the Bible has been teaching, and that's what the early Christians have been teaching. Now, Protestants, be honest to me. Look at David Wootan. He's a Protestant. I feel like I've been lied to my whole life by my church leaders. Be honest with me, Protestants. When's the last time you had your Protestant minister or your Jamal Mohammedite or that fat slob Antonio Dodgers mention these verses? Now, let me show you what the word imuna means so you don't believe me. Take my word for it. It says, be imunatu, imunatu, imuna. What does it mean? Here you go. Here it is. I'm going to show it on my phone so you don't think I'm lying. Here you go. Can you guys click on it so you can verify with your own eyes? So this tells you what faith means to Paul. Paul tells you the faith that justifies is being faithful, meaning obeying. Because there is no faith that's not being faithful. Now, let me show you the definition here, because I don't have a screen. I can't share. Okay. What does it mean? Okay, let me put up my screen. Here's the word. Guys, click on it. What is it? Can you read it, brother? See it on the screen?
Yeah, I see it. Firmness, steadfastness.
Fidelity. Fidelity means being faithful.
Yeah.
Okay, now watch here. Read those list of words.
faith, faithful, faithfully,
Faithful,
faith, faithful, faithfully,
faithfully, faithfulness.
faithfulness,
Damn.
honestly, responsibility, stability, steady, trust, truth.
My goodness. So the faith that saves you is being faithful. And how do you become
Mm,
faithful? By obeying Christ. That's what James says.
yeah.
The faith that saves you is being faithful to Christ. A faith that's not faithful is not true faith. It's just mental assent. So this is the gospel. Don't let them deceive you.